The big challenge that we set out for ourselves at the beginning of Crysis 2 was making a game multi-platform on console and also on PC. Not only did we have the goal of doing that, but also re-establishing the Crysis franchise as the continued visual benchmark for PC gaming. So that's a tall order to work with 5-year-old hardware while simultaneously setting a new benchmark for yourself. So, we ripped the guts out of CryEngine 2 and created CryEngine 3 to scale appropriately based on what hardware was available and what platform you were playing on. And it posed a lot of challenges, but, the main thing was we looked at those as challenges, not as things we couldn't do. We weren't willing to give up any ground anywhere, so we had to find innovative ways to push visual fidelity even further and, not have a huge disparity between the visual quality of the PC version and the visual quality of the console version. So we're doing a lot of things on consoles that a lot of people aren't able to do and probably would never have thought possible, and quite honestly we thought they were insane as well. But we just didn't give up and we kept trying and trying and trying. So if you're playing on Xbox 360 or PS3 or PC, you're going to get an awesome experience. You can see it today. It's running 30 frames a second on Xbox 360. It looks amazing. It looks phenomenal. If you play in 3D on 360, you don't lose anything. The visual fidelity looks even better because it's in 3D and you don't lose any frame rate. It's an awesome experience on console. If you have PC, you can crank the resolution up. It looks amazing. It's quite an achievement. So we really can't wait for everybody to experience it, no matter what platform they choose to play on. Yeah, there's three main things for us is obviously the nanosuit. The nanosuit is the core of the Crysis intellectual property. So the fact that we make you the ultimate super soldier with stealth and armor gameplay, plus the mobility, sliding and shooting, ledge grabbing, all different kinds of melees, kicking taxis, creating moving tracks. We have that aspect. So that's the first one. The second one's being set in New York and creating an authentic and very visually appealing version of New York. And then the third one is the sandbox gameplay, and it's different than most first-person shooters, which all tend to be linear these days. And so we have the combination of these awesome elements, sandbox gameplay in New York with the nanosuit, and I think it's a hard thing for anyone to compete with. On top of that, just the core technical competence and visual fidelity that we're able to offer. It's a very solid package, and having a very much longer than average single-player campaign. The average single-player campaign is about 6 hours these days, and we're significantly longer than that. It wasn't something that we planned for. We didn't know how long it would be, but then when we got all the AI in and everything else, we were quite surprised and quite shocked how long the game wound up becoming. But it's intense throughout that entire time, and it's fun. And you're always playing with a nanosuit and a sandbox, and it's always fresh. And we tell this awesome story throughout this entire campaign that you get to experience that traverses New York, and then beyond that, having multiplayer, like 50 hours of multiplayer to unlock everything your first time through, and then being able to reboot the nanosuit and do that multiple times. You got like a massive game in one box. Yeah, it is quite challenging, but that's the beauty of sandbox gameplay. So you can find as much game in there as you want to find. And so when you're playing the first levels of the game, if you're playing it like most linear first-person shooters, and say like moving cover to cover and being really cautious and creeping your way ahead, you won't be overwhelmed. You won't find yourself lost. You'll just find a lot of opportunity for you to play the game and explore. And when you have calm moments, you'll look around and look at things and realize I can pick stuff up and throw stuff. Then you kind of start to find sandbox gameplay elements, and then as you get into the campaign, especially because it's so long, as you get into the game, you start to master these sandbox elements and then recognize opportunities for them. So you teach yourself, and that's kind of the beauty of sandbox gameplay, is you're not forced to do any of this. You can find it and create opportunities abilities for yourself, and then you just start to think like a soldier, you know, like a guy in this ultimate super soldier on the battlefield going, you know what, I could shoot the guy behind the car, but I could actually blow the car up, or I could sneak over to the car and kick it at him, or, you know, you just start to invent and improvise and find things to do. So the game educates you as you play it, and it's unique in that way because we're not forcing a mandate on you to play in a particular style.